So welcome back to our first session of 2020. Hopefully you're having a good January so far. It's a very long month, so hopefully you're not too exhausted and still feeling pumped for the year. Today we are talking about smarter goals. So for those of you who haven't already downloaded our goals planner for the year, we have created a lovely little resource to help you focus your thinking for 2020. And we are going to go over the smarter goals framework today. Now this isn't just applicable to marketing or sales teams. This is applicable to all businesses and all departments. So whether it's finance, ops, whatever it is that you're planning on and focusing towards for 2020, this framework is going to help drive your team and hopefully make 2020 your power year. So the first goal we're going to look at is S. It's specific. Excuse my handwriting. Now that means that your goal needs to be tangible. It needs to be a thing. It can't be a vague kind of, we want to do better this year. It needs to be tangible. It needs to be increased revenue, increased lead generation, cutting costs. And it needs to be by something, by a percentage, by 100, by 100 million, whatever the target is. It needs to be specific. It needs to make sure it is a thing that you can measure. Which leads us nicely on to M, which is for measurable. So this means that you need to have specific metrics in place to make sure that you can measure success. So if it's pounds, if it's leads, if it's people, if it's engagement on social media, whatever it is, you need a specific metric that you can measure success by. Then we're on to A, which is achievable. This means that these goals need to be motivational, but not impossible. So you're looking for an ambitious goal, but one that you can achieve realistically. You don't want to set a goal that is going to make you feel like you're starting a lost battle. So if you're currently generating 100 leads a month, don't set a target for 1,000 if you've not got the budget to put behind that. So make sure that they're achievable. You want your sales teams, your marketing teams, your finance teams, your ops teams, you want your team to be looking at this target and thinking, yeah, that's growth, but yes, we can do it. You want to motivate your team. So make sure your target is achievable. Next, we're on to R, relevance. Now, relevance means that whatever your department is focusing on, it needs to tie into your wider business goals. So if business growth is a thing, then you need to make sure that your sales teams have targets to match that growth. So you don't want to go off on a tangent and leave your wider team behind or not feel like you're contributing to the whole company's growth or the whole company's targets. So make sure that they are relevant for everyone in the office as well as you as a department. Then we're on to T, timely. This one is really important. It is so crucial that you make sure that whatever your goal is, there's a deadline, there's a timeline. When do you want to have achieved this by? Is this a quarter target? Is it a monthly target? Is it a yearly target? You need to make sure that there is a day that you can sit down, look at your numbers and go, wow, yeah, we did it, or bit short, hopefully not. But make sure that there is a specific deadline or a timeline in place so that you all have a good sense of momentum and a good end goal in sight. So now we're on to the smarter bit. This is a bit of an extension on the traditional SMART goals because these two are incredibly important to make sure that you're making informed decisions. So the E stands for evaluated. So it is very important that when you've set your target, set your goal, that you are constantly evaluating the data. How close are you? Are you making the progress you need? So say it's a quarter target, you might want to be checking in with this weekly or monthly, looking at the numbers. Are you making the right progress? There's no sense waiting till the end of the year and realizing that you were 50% short of where you needed to be. You need to be checking in all the time. Check your data, check your matrix, check the ongoing relevant information to make sure that you are constantly making informed, data-driven decisions. This is especially important for marketing, as I would think, because I'm a marketing person, but we need to make sure that we are always making relevant content, relevant emails. We're making sure that our sales team have the right collateral to keep them performing. So it is really important to always have data and metrics in the forefront and that you are constantly evaluating your goals. Last but not least, it's the R, and that is for reviewed. This is really important because you need to make sure that you are constantly going in the right direction. If your business priorities have changed halfway through the year, then maybe your goals need to do the same to reflect that change in direction. Have any variables changed? Have you got new platforms in play? Have you got new staff members? Businesses are fast changing things. There are always shifting sands. So you need to make sure that you are reviewing the goals to make sure they are as relevant and as important as possible, because the point of these goals is to help you achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. So it's important that they are live and they are relevant and they are constantly being reviewed. I would suggest maybe quarterly, because that gives you a good 3 months worth of data and it gives you a good 3 months worth of changes to be embedded and settle in. But it's up to you as a business owner whenever you want to make these reviews. But this is probably the most important, because as your business grows, as the face of your business changes, then the goals probably need to do the same. So there you have it. This is a little guide on how to make smarter goals for 2020.